Okay, so my mic is on. Hello, YouTubes. So let me close this door. So I'm pretty sure that will just make more echo. It don't matter. So apparently at CinemaCon they released new movies. I'm gonna keep it at 100. I'm like only interested in the one, two in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Uh, right here. Jumanji's cool, I guess. Whatever that is, maybe cool. I've been waiting for I'm mad long for these two movies to come back, but it's just like I don't see them posting it. So are these like leaks or something? Because if and another thing is I don't want people talking over and explaining something that I've never seen before. You know, I'd rather see it for myself than have people talking over it. You know,
It's finally here, my movie friends, and this is
talking.
always such a fun time because we get revealed awesome movie news after awesome movie news. And the
Oh
week began with
shoot!
Sony Pictures and their panel actually dropping a bombshell for Spider-Man fans everywhere. I'm still shaking. So that's exactly what I'll be doing here for you guys, is
Oh
breaking
yeah,
down
I like
everything
this dude's
revealed at the
videos.
Sony CinemaCon panel. Attendees there get to see trailers, footage, and all these other details. I collect it all and let you know what you missed out on. So please
Attendees?
hit that
Like,
like
what
button
is it?
and
Like, it's a
subscribe
private
if you haven't
conference?
already, because all week I will be covering.
If it's a private conference, like, would it like Sony, the Sony representative be like, yeah, I saw you watch that little video, bro. You gotta take that down. Men in Black.
The
Ah,
Paramount,
I
Warner
forgot what I
Brothers,
saw.
Universal, so much movie news this week. Let me know what your favorite news is, although I can pretty much guess what that'll be. Alright, so yes, this was focused on Sony's panel, and although Sony has had a funny time at CinemaCon, because let's not forget, about a year or two, they did announce El Muerto, and well, that movie became Muerto. But they came a swinging with a lot of cool announcements. Timestamps in the description if you want to skip around. But they started off with a video from Jack Black and Paul Rudd for their upcoming rated R comedy and reboot of Anaconda. It was just them saying that they're sorry they couldn't make it, that they're excited for the movie. The movie's
Yo, Jack Black been in movies, like just movie after movie after movie, bro. He was in the Mario. He was in the Minecraft. He been.
releasing December this year, and this is actually one I'm super looking forward to because the plot is just so odd. It's just two friends who really love that original Anaconda movie with Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez, so they decide to go to the Amazon and recreate the movie, and they stumble upon an actual anaconda. The fact that it's also a rated R comedy also has me wondering how far they'll go in it. So there's that. From there, they moved on to talk about their movie 28 years later. Danny Boyle came on stage and showed off a brand new trailer to audiences there. It's got snippets of new footage that wasn't present in the trailer we already have online, but some interesting things that are
Yeah, this
revealed is
sound like
he
horror
confirms
movie, right?
Cillian Murphy will be coming back, but you'll actually have to wait a while to see him. But also something surprising I did not know was going to be announced is they actually already announced a sequel that is maybe more of a spin-off from this movie releasing next year. They announced a film called 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, which will actually be directed by Nia DaCosta, who did The Marvels and the recent reboot of Candyman. Not much is known about this movie, although I assume it has something to do with this Bone Temple from the trailers, and it'll be a really creepy look into this universe. So, hey, you're getting two 28-year later movies. Now, from there, they did go on into Beyond the Spider-Verse, but I want to save the Spider-Man stuff for the end of this video.
No, please.
You know I'm gonna yap a lot about that. So getting on to some other movies that were just kind of quickly announced and let known that they're coming, but no real details or even footage was given, is one a movie called Clara and the Sun, directed by Taika Waititi and starring Jenna Ortega. This is a movie based on a novel of the same name that takes place in a world where artificial intelligence is used as companions. It looks like Jenna Ortega will play the main character,
There
and
been-
she's suffering from an illness,
There's
looking
been
like
so
she'll
I
die,
swear,
and so
wasn't
she's
there
given an
already like a
AI that they call an AF.
AI? Like there was an AI killer doll movie like last year. What was it, Megan? I remember that Megan. I remember
artificial
that.
friend to kind of just help her through that process of, I guess, dying. Could be interesting, but after Love and Thunder, I really need to see what Taika Waititi's doing with this movie. We got announced for a movie called Grand Gear that has no details other than the fact that it's being directed from the same director who brought us Godzilla Minus One, Takashi Yamazaki. This will also be his first English-made movie with Hollywood, since Godzilla Minus One is a foreign film to us. Hey, he did a bang-up job with Godzilla Minus One, so whatever this movie's about, gonna be there. The director of Barbarian, Zach Kreger, confirms that he is working on the third reboot for Sony and their Resident Evil franchise, with really the only detail given about this project is saying that the film will focus on one central protagonist
I recognize the
on a
monster.
point
I was
A
like,
to
what in the
B
world?
journey,
I played
slowly
3.
falling more
Wait,
into
that's
the
the one with Jill, right? Jill. Yeah, I played the one with Jill in it.
hellish territory. So it looks like more of a back to basics movie for this franchise. Good luck on the third reboot, Sony. This director attached, though, does give me hope because I ended up really liking Barbarian. Another movie they announced is a comedy entitled Breadwinner that is going to star comedian Nate Bargatze. If you don't know this comedian, he does really clean humor, and I think as a stand-up comedian, it is hard for you to do clean comedy, but also actually be very funny. There are no plot details given, but with the phrase breadwinner, I'm assuming it's about a dad or a husband, and some shenanigans are gonna happen. I'm gonna check it out. Jumanji 3 was also finally announced and confirmed by Sony. Technically, Jumanji 4, if you want to count the Robin Williams one, the superior one. It will be again directed by the same director from the last 2 movies. I'm only really looking forward to this one because it'll finally be the video game characters coming into the real world, so we'll actually see Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Kevin Hart actually portray their video game counterparts instead of them being taken over by someone else. They also just bring up the live-action Legend of Zelda movie that just recently got a release date of March 20th.
Wait, live action? I thought it was gonna be CGI. That's gonna be interesting. Cause ain't the whole thing about Link is that he don't talk, right? He just kind of just be like, ha, ha.
2027. Director Wes Ball did a fantastic job with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, so I do have faith in this movie. I was kind of hoping they'd at least announce who Link or maybe Zelda was going to be, but it looks like we still have a couple months to wait on that. Another quick movie announcement before I get into other movies that were shown trailers and footage is Sony revealed their biopic for the Beatles with a kind of a crazy way of releasing the movie. So they not only officially revealed who are playing the Beatles, with Paul McCartney being played by Paul Mescal, John Lennon being played by Harris Dickinson, Ringo Starr will be played by Barry Keoghan, and George Harrison will be played by Joseph Quinn. All 4 movies, teased to be simply titled Paul, John, Ringo, and George, will release in April of 2028.
That's
Let
cool.
me reiterate that for you. They're not just making a Beatles biopic movie, they are making 4 separate Beatle movies, all told from the perspective of the different Beatles, and they will be released all on the same day. What? That is crazy, unprecedented. I don't even know how that works. How do you drop 4 different movies of kind of the similar story, just told from a different perspective, and just there you go? Is there some guy that's actually gonna jump and watch all 4 movies in one day? I don't doubt it. I'll be honest with you, I'm just more intrigued with that release in itself. I'm not a big Beatles guy. I appreciate their music and some of their songs. I'm just not like the biggest fan. I wonder if releasing all 4 movies at once is gonna end up being a good idea. But okay, back to the movies that were given trailers and footage. Karate Kid Legends. They talked a little bit about their excitement with that movie, and they did show off a new trailer that'll actually be released tomorrow. So as you're probably watching this video, the new trailer is already online. I don't think I need to go into the description of that trailer then. Just be on the lookout for it, and you know I am so excited for this movie. It genuinely looks like they put their heart and soul in it, and it's not just a cash grab. Next movie they got some footage that I'm actually looking forward to is Sony Animation's next animated movie called GOAT. You might have seen the poster or first look of it. This is being produced by Stephen Curry, and here's what some of the footage looked like. Coming to theaters in 2026, GOAT follows the story of Will Harris, the titular underdog or under goat trying to enter the big leagues of animal sports. Though we don't see clips of the film in motion, it will be another 2D, 3D hybrid animated movie. Finally, we're shown set pieces of Will playing a match against a large, silhouetted bear-like figure while the court is covered in flames, teasing the goat will take its imagination to the next level with its vibrant basketball scenes. And the attendees who got to see some of this footage also really complimented the animation. Sony has been stepping it up when it comes into that department. They're not just known for their days of the Emoji Movie. This could end up being a stinker, but I'm kind of down for a basketball goat movie with some really unique visuals. Next up, people were finally shown some footage for the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot. Big fan of this horror franchise. I'm excited for what this movie will be. So let's read on to what the footage was like. The trailer starts with some light banter between a teenage couple, one of whom is played by Madeline Klein. As Madeline Klein goes upstairs to take a bath, complete with a blood red bath bomb and headphones to listen to guided meditation, her boyfriend is savagely murdered by a hook-handed killer dressed in all black. The trailer then moves on to show Madeline Klein's character and her group of friends debating if this has anything to do with, well, what they did last summer. During a town hall meeting, Freddie Prinze Jr., returning as his character from the original film, angrily reiterating that this isn't the first time there's been violence in their town. The rest is sort of fare you can expect from a horror trailer, quick cuts of kills and all. That is until Jennifer Love Hewitt comes out and asks a character what they did last summer. And I wish I could see this footage for myself, but looking at the reactions, people seem pretty impressed with it. And even the last line of this description does say, this legacy slasher feels slightly different from the recent Scream and Halloween Legacy sequels, showing that it does have some style and flair and that it could be better than most of these legacy reboots they be coming out with. So I can't wait to take a look at that. It's cool that they got to show some footage and it does sound kind of creepy. But okay, boys and girls, let's move on now to talk some freaking Spider-Man. Let's start off with Beyond the Spider-Verse. So when it was time to talk about Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, Christopher Miller, one of the writers of the movie and producers, got on stage, and one of the first things he did was confirm the release date, which we have not had this entire time.
Right.
The movie will now be releasing June 4th, 2027. We gotta wait 2 years, but I understand, man. That animation is crazy, wild, and we do have some first look images, so take your time. At least it isn't anything like 2028 or 2029.
Yeah.
That'd be outrageous. But now looking at some of these first look images is, the movie is looking absolutely gorgeous. This shot of the Prowler, probably
That
gonna be
looks
my
so
new
clean.
wallpaper for a really long time, because this looks awesome. Even more like the shot where it's teasing the fight
I see,
between
hold on,
Miles
there are like cameras,
long.
like shines and stuff in the back, graffiti. I mean, I understand why it takes a while, man, but like, yo, it's gonna be so crazy, bro, because it's like, we get older every single movie it comes out. Like, there's like a 2 year gap in between each movie, right? Or am I tripping? There's like a 2 year gap in between each movie. So I'm probably gonna have to rewatch it a little bit, which I do not have a problem with. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Get to rewatch this movie. I'm not complaining. What in
Because
the
this
world?
looks awesome. Even more like the shot where it's teasing the fight between Miles and this version of Miles as the Prowler. Those fights are gonna go hand in hand. They did mention this sequel would be bigger
And he got all that
bolder,
shine
and
and stuff on him. Like, I guess that's what his universe looks like.
would
Look like
start
graffiti, I guess,
immediately where the last movie ended. We have another shot that also looks breathtaking of Miles just hanging onto a car and a bunch of lights going through him. This, I think, is probably the most interesting image, because along with this, I was also seeing some reactions from people in the audience who were actually lucky enough to see the first footage of Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Like, no, I'm so jealous. It wasn't very much, and it was just really quick stuff. The description they have here actually goes, the first look opens with camera moving through a multicolored prism of sorts, with scenes from the prior two films intercut. The footage then shifts to a quick succession of teaser for what audiences can expect. Miles and Gwen Stacy are riding on a motorbike. The Spot is sucking the color out of various environments. Speaking of the Spot, he seems to have the ability to transform into arachnid-style form that sees him crawling menacingly towards our protagonist. A big component of the footage is between Miles and the alternate universe version of himself that has become the Prowler. Strangely though, a shot towards the end of the teaser shows the two Miles working together with who appeared to
Yeah, I
be
thought
Aaron
they
Davis.
was
And
gonna work
yeah,
together.
that all sounds great and dandy. I cannot wait to see that. It is interesting they already reveal the two Miles will eventually team up for a bigger mission, and I guess they have to do that against the Spot, who has an arachnid form. That's gonna be scary. But going back to this photo, a lot of people were saying that some of the imagery and style looks pretty different than the last two movies, seeming like they're gonna push the boundaries of animation again, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
probably gonna
should
be more
happen.
like
I am
sadder,
so excited for
more
this
like
movie.
dark
It is
colors
so
and
close to
stuff.
being a perfect trilogy. How are you guys feeling about the release date and first look images of Beyond the Spider-Verse? And boy, oh boy, my little piggies, we were not done there. During the presentation, we had the new director of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie, and he decided to reveal to the world the official logo and title for Spider-Man 4. It's been revealed now that Spider-Man 4 will be titled Spider-Man Brand New Day. And that has actually honestly been the rumored title for many months. People have also actually theorized and wanted this to be the title, and now we have it. I like the new look, and I'm happy with the word day kind of being the new thing that we use for
Yeah,
this trilogy. We know the last one, it was the word
home.
home. Here, it'll probably be something day every other movie. The logo is also very reminiscent to like the 2000s version of the Spider-Man word logo, but I'm not sure we should dig too much into that other than the fact that this is clearly stating this is a new era for this version of Spider-Man. Which, speaking of which, Tom Holland, who wasn't there physically, did send in a video for attendees, and all he really said is that this movie would be a fresh start for his new Spider-Man, and that is what we've been hearing. This is gonna be a brand new take on his Spider-Man, and I'm very open
He
to
gets
that.
to live
I've
a
been
normal
pretty
life
critical
now.
about Tom Holland's Spider-Man in some areas. Obviously, very nitpicky. That's just because how much I love Spider-Man. So I am very open-minded and almost
I
eagerly
watched.
wanting this fresh
I
new
didn't watch
take on his
Homecoming. I watched
character.
the
It
two
should
other
also
ones
be
though.
noted, the Brand New Day, we should have seen that coming because that is a name of a comic run for Spider-Man. It happened right after the infamous Spider-Man storyline, Spider-Man One More Day, in where after the world has learned his secret identity, Aunt May gets shot, and Peter, to save her life, makes a deal with the devil, Mephisto, where he not only saves Aunt May, but he's also able to wipe the memory of everyone knowing he's
Yo, that Mephisto dude, people would talk, bruh. People would be trying to theorize him into the story like crazy. I remember I used to watch these videos like like a while back. I watched these videos. They would just bring him up every time, every single time, bruh. They'd be like, I think this is the time where we're gonna bring in Mephisto. Mephisto is going to be the one to finally appear in the Spider-Man films. I can't wait for this one, and he just doesn't show up. But I guess I get what I get it. It's like
Spider-Man at the
an
cost
allegory
of his
for the devil.
marriage with Mary Jane. This was really
So
controversial
they
and a
might not want to
hated
put it in there.
storyline in the comics,
I
but
don't know.
that is now what has happened with Tom
I
Holland's
think it's to keep
Spider-Man in the
things
movies.
simple.
The world knew his identity. He did a spell so that everyone forgets Peter Parker. It cost him his relationship with MJ, and now we're on the other side, Brand New Day, where we're continuing into
Now
a fresh
nobody
start
knows who he
with
is,
Spider-Man.
bro.
All of the pieces just fitting
That's
in
crazy.
perfectly
He don't even
together.
got no
I'm just
friends
still
no more.
wondering, though, what's the story? Is this multiverse? Is this street level? Feels to me like it's leaning street level, but
yeah.
knock on wood, don't want to get my hopes up too much. Also,
I feel like
who
it's
is
probably
Sadie's
going to get multiverse. It's probably going to be multiverse like at the post-credit scene, you know?
thing playing? Will she actually be Mary Jane? If they're really trying to soft reboot Tom Holland Spider-Man, that could be what you do, but no way you get rid of Zendaya's MJ. I wish we were given more details, but the director only mentioned how honored and how excited he is to be working on a Spider-Man movie, and well, at least we got the title, boys. We can call this movie something other than Spider-Man 4. It's a good old time to be a Spider-Man fan. I need to know from you guys, how are you feeling on the title, your thoughts and theories, everything that was announced, your top 3, 5 favorite things? Leave it down below. Don't forget to
The
like,
two
subscribe.
Spider-Man
Please stay
stuffs,
tuned
bro.
on the channel for all the other panels I'll be covering. You guys are all fantastic, and I'll see
Oh
your
yeah,
faces
this
later.
isn't even over. This thing isn't even over. It's just this is Sony stuff. Yeah, I'm hyped for this one. and they come in. One of them we getting 1 year from now. Another one we getting 2 years from now. And that time, I already know that time's gonna fly by. So I'm hyped up for this one. How y'all feel about this one, bro? How y'all feel about this, man? New Spider-Man, bro. New Spider-Man. New Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man movie was when, like 3, 4 years ago, and Beyond and Across Spider-Verse was like 2 years ago. So like, I can't. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see that. Like, one in the world, I'm definitely gonna go see that. Definitely, it's not even a debate, bro. But yeah, y'all do the stuff with the likes and the subscribe. Shout outs to 3C Films for giving us all this, you know, to watch. Shout outs to 3C Films, man. Y'all have a good day. Y'all know what I'm saying. Like, hit the likes and subscribe button, the share button, all that stuff, man. Y'all have a good day, man. For real.